financial doctor, a powerhouse in the insurance and financial advisory space. He's the founder and CEO of Hisi Africa Insurance Agency, and it's a firm known for its client-focused solutions in life insurance, investment planning, and medical insurance. Why should we recognize him? Because he's been recognized by a couple of people. He's an award-winning advisor, crowned life insurance agent of the year 2024 by Association of Kenya Insurance. Right? He's a corporate leader, and he's transitioned from executive management to high-level advisory, shaping financial futures across Kenya. And then he's also into strategy. He knows about strategy and partnership there, and he's worked closely with top institutions such as Old Mutual Group and Abstrakt Life Assurance Kenya. And of course, he's a mentor, and he's celebrated for training and mentoring upcoming advisors in the insurance sector. He's a thoughtful leader, and he frequently features in various webinars and of course media houses like ours. And he's also a digital innovator, where he's trying to merge insurance with technology. Welcome to the studio, Alfred Mathu. Yes, Mathu. Alfred Mathu.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Alfred Mathu is the name.
Yes.
Yes, and glad to be here.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting me to be part of this meeting, and looking forward to learn from each other. Yes.
Let's start from the word go. Your journey. Let's start from your personal journey. When did you decide that this is the path that I want to take? I want to be the financial doctor that Kenyans come to.
Thank you very much. My professional journey dates 29 years back.
Okay.
I went to university just like anyone else out there. I did a degree that is unrelated to what I'm doing today. I did BSc in chemistry and minor of botany.
Okay.
Allah.
And the only other person that I know today that has done botany and succeeded and excelled is the one and only our president.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Yes. So when I graduated, frankly, my plan then was to work in an industrial setup, maybe factories or industries. But when I graduated and came to Nairobi to look for a job, I was part of the Moi University.
Yes.
Until 1998 April. That's when we cleared campus. We graduated that same year, end of the year. That was December. But immediately after stepping out of the university, and I got my way to Nairobi, just like other job seekers, I found myself over the place looking for jobs.
You were looking for jobs. You weren't called for a job.
Imagine, I was not called for one.
Okay.
I was,
the only one. Okay.
Yes. And this friend of mine called Isaac, who is late now, he died. He's the one who encouraged me to go for an interview at Old Mutual along the Kimathi Street. It was many years back. Old Mutual is an old company in the life assurance sector, originally from South Africa, with its head office then in London. And I joined Old Mutual 1998 April, 1st of April, after going through some rigorous interview done by one and only Mr. Stuart Henderson. He was our pilot then.
Right.
And I went through the training as a financial advisor, called them the sales agents that time. I was among 34 other sales advisors. And after a 2-month training, I was picked as one of the few that were going to go for further training in South Africa. And that was now the beginning of my journey. My complete change of mindset came when I went to South Africa. And I met this gentleman called Tabe Tube, who had worked with Old Mutual for 40 years then. And I was running this now as a franchise with the Old Mutual. He was running the business with the wife, their daughter and son, and they had engaged other private consultants within their franchise. And this is the guy that made me to believe that this was a correct way to take up. I dropped my chemistry at that particular point, and I decided to give this my all. And thank God, things started shaping up, turning around. The training there just lasted 2.5 weeks. When I came back, I was now ready.
Yes.
Ready for this business. I hit the ground, and very, very fortunately, the few contacts that I had, I lived with a friend somewhere in Kangemi, believe it or not. We were staying in a 1-bedroom house and paying 3,000 shillings.
How many of you? 2?
2 of us.
Okay.
Okay. And within a period of 3 months, I think I'd found my way.
Yes.
We slowly I started now building myself up, and on the 4th month or 5th, I moved out of that house and I got my own. And I allowed now my good friend his independence.
Yes.
Let me tell you what. After being with Odmucho for 6 months, the way was now clearer for me. The very first customer that I signed up in Kangemi and who was doing shoes and matatu business introduced me to others within the sector. This gentleman I still remember, he called Peter, my good friend to date. And every other day I found myself moving just from one prospect to the next prospect and to the next prospect. And within a short period of time, I had confirmed that this was going to be my career of choice. At this particular junction, now maybe the 6th, 7th month, we're now getting ready for graduation. As I told you earlier, I had not graduated by the time I joined Old Mucho. So I went for my graduation while I was working for Old Mucho. And believe it or not, I had done so much within that short period that I actually went for my graduation driving my own car.
Well,
sorry.
I bought my first car in 1998 November, just about 2 weeks to the graduation. And I bought this car from a lady somewhere in Rangata. And I remember one thing that challenged me. I asked this lady, it was called Lydia, Lydia, why are you selling this car? Is it having any mechanical problem? Then she took me to her compound and there were 4 cars parked.
well, okay.
The lady told me then, Alfred, have got all these cars. I no longer get interested in this car now. It was my first car. I'm disposing it because it's old.
I'm curious, what kind of car was
And
it?
it was a Toyota Carina.
Okay.
What was old to her was excellent to me. And that challenged me enough that if ladies can move this far,
Yes.
and she was a single mother, she told me she had two children. I think that inspired me that, by the way, you can work harder, have the right strategy, and I'll be in that space the next few years. And that was my beginning. The rest is history. Believe it or not, from that time onwards, I've not looked back. Every single day I wake up, I feel happy about what I'm doing,
I love
converting lives. We are in a country where approximately 97% of Kenyans are financially unwell. And that is the reason why the financial doctor was needed. To treat the financial illnesses that
Yes.
most of the Kenyans are going through.
That we have.
Especially the illnesses of financial mismanagement. Illnesses of not having budgets. Illnesses of procrastination. Illnesses of living for today and never for tomorrow. That is the space I operate right now. And I'll tell you honestly, I've not had shortage of business because there are many people, as
There
I
are many
said,
patients
who need our services.
From everything you actually said, I can tell you're a connoisseur of business and financial doctory, like you say.
Yes.
Did you, apart from you going to South Africa, did your upbringing actually shape the way you view money and financial discipline?
When we got employed way back in 1998, as I said earlier, our CEO then, Stuart Anderson, was South African, and he was a retired Army general. And the moment I mentioned the word Army general, you know what those guys stand for?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yes.
The other thing is time management. Stuart could not entertain a meeting with anyone without a diary. And it taught me something I'm not able to separate from. To date, I can't be able to go to any meeting without my diary. It is here. I can't go to any meeting. It is part of the discipline that Stuart inculcated in us. There was no such a thing as coming late for meetings. There was no such a thing as giving excuses. And the fact that I had come from a background that was quite wanting, being a firstborn in a family, and a family that was not doing well financially then, I knew I had to do stuff to get the situation in the family turned around. I, of course, now came in and assisted my parents to educate my other siblings. For me, it was hostile all the way because my parents didn't have money.
Yeah.
My siblings, my younger brothers and sisters, their life was much easier because I was not working. And I was the first one in the family to actually be formally employed. So now the little financial support that I was giving my parents went a long way in helping them to pay the school fees for my other siblings.
How many other siblings were there?
Hey, big family, by the way. I've got 2 sisters and 7 brothers.
So all that was your work.
Can you imagine? There was so much to do.
Okay.
There was so much to do.
Okay.
I could not even allow the nonsense of wasting my life. You know, those were the days when most of the young people were going to carnival. And I would go there on a Friday and go back to the houses on Saturday evening to prepare for the next week. And you know what? I'm sure that time, of course, you're not born. that was a time when 1,000 shillings meant a lot. People were paying 1,000 shillings in the carnival, and they would put a badge on your hand.
Yeah.
That badge would allow you to eat and drink anything except alcohol. 1,000 bob.
1,000 bob. Okay.
And a lot of my friends were going to carnival every other weekend. They had no space to invest or save anything. But when I started my journey, I remember getting very close to my boss then, Stewart, and he wanted to find out a little more on my background. And I told him, you know what, Stewart, I'm a firstborn of a family, and I come from from village somewhere in Nyandarua. Explained my whole journey. The guy told me, Alfred, you being the firstborn, you have to be a serious pace setter in that family. If you have to bring transformation in your family, discipline will be key. So as I started working with just an average income of about 12,000 bob then, the very first, it was about 12,000 shillings.
Right.
Stewart told me, Alfred, just do about 30% of that. Put it aside and start your investment journey. We did some numbers and settled on 3,000 shillings. With a gross income of about 12,000 and a net of about 10,900, thereabout. I started putting aside 3,000 shillings. It was very painful. And every single month I was feeling like cancelling. But the guy kept telling me, Alfred, put your eye on the goal. Stop looking back. He couldn't allow such a thing of giving up or, etc. And I remained very, very, very committed to that agenda. But soon, times started changing, and as I penetrated more into the market, my numbers started going up, my commission started going up, and within a very short while, I'd actually build some sensible month-on-month income. As I told you, by the time I was going for my graduation, I'd actually accumulated enough to buy my first car that I bought at a price of 225,000 in Rangata.
Now, would you advise that younger person to buy the first car like you did right now in this kind of economy? That you get a job, you start accumulating your money, and then you go and buy a car. Would you advise people that as well?
I'll tell you what, it was not my mindset that informed the car as a first
purchase.
Goal.
Yes.
It was Stewart.
Okay.
Told me, Alfred,
yes,
people are not going to be buying what you're selling. That was his word. People will not buy what you're selling. They'll be buying you. You must put your price right. And because they don't have the time to interrogate your background, what they see informs what they interpret. By having a car, everyone interprets that you are successful. And most of the potential investors out there would want to do business with successful financial advisors.
yes,
Whatever you are talking, they should see it in you. If you're telling somebody to put aside 10,000 shillings every month or 5,000 shillings every month, you should actually reflect ability to save the same amount or even more. It will become easier. And true to his word, by the way, I hit the ground very, very differently. Unlike a lot of people who will take 2, 3, 4, 5 years trying to find their way, for me, the very, very first month that I hit this ground, and soon after, navigated a few months later, I was buying the car. The journey changed everything. That journey changed everything. My credibility, people said, hey, this guy joined the Old Mutual the other day. Now he's driving. I think Old Mutual is a very serious company. And
perception.
Perception. By the way, it's about perception. It's about perception. A lot of people even who buy from me today, there are some who have talked to agents from all other companies and they have not bought. And the only reason they are looking for Alfred Mathu is because of that perception. I've been told about this guy the last 10 years, the last 15 years, the last 16 years, 20 years. He must be a good person to work with. And they buy out of that. Because I'm selling the same product as anyone else. Maybe slightly tweaked here and there, but more or less in the same, the framework is the same. But why would somebody choose to buy from me and not from anyone else? It's because of that perception. So I think for me in this particular journey, the discipline aspect, having this role model factor of Stuart Anderson, that by the way, doesn't matter the challenges that you're going through today, you can still make it at the end of the day. And the fact that you are a firstborn in a family, you must be a reliable pace setter. Such factors put together made the person that I am today.
Okay.
So different job groups, different incomes. Do you advise people based on how much they earn to save, or it's just general, like there's a specific percentage, basic minimum that one needs to actually save, depending on the target and the goal?
Okay, very good question. I'll start by telling what financial planning is all about. It is the ability to manage your financial resources in order to achieve your goals and aspirations. It's the ability. A lot of people have gone to school. They have done the various degrees. But in many cases, you get shocked that people who are very academically polished, they are completely misaligned on financial planning aspects. And you ask yourself, how? How would a professor be failing financially? Because he's not a professor of finance.
Yes.
He may be a professor of chemistry or physics, not finance.
Yes.
And that is the reason why you realize that you need to actually go through some sort of training so that you can improve on your literacy, how to manage your money factors. Because a lot of people don't know this, that if your money is not going to be working for you,
yes,
it will be working against you. A gentleman called Warren Buffett says that we should be spending the balance of investment. I preach a gospel that has a very clear foundation, a budget foundation. And in this budget, according to Warren Buffett, which, as I've said, you should spend the balance of investment. Out of that, it means when you make your income, priority is not on how is to spend, how to invest. The first 25% of your regular income,
yes,
then, and get that one right.
How much percentage?
The first 25% of your income,
yes,
should be directed to savings and investment. When you remove the 25% from your regular income, now you have the 75 left. The 75 left, 50% of it should take care of your needs. And the remaining 25% should take care of your lifestyle. Now, let me explain this further.
Yes, please.
It doesn't matter how much a person is earning, whether a million, whether 100,000, whether 200,000. The moment you make that regular income, the first 25% of that income, and I said it doesn't matter how much, the first 25% of it should go into savings and investment. The remaining 75% you can spend, and 50% of it will go into needs, and 25% will go into lifestyle. Now, this component of lifestyle takes care of expenses that are not mandatory, but which a lot of times make us comfortable whenever accomplished. For example, when you tithe, no one, Diana, will ever force you to tithe.
Yeah.
It's a decision between you and God.
Yes, that's true.
God has told us to.
Yes.
But your decision to do it or not.
Yes.
When you do it, you feel, wow, I've done my obligation to God. The second thing is lifestyle, such as you guys going to salon. These days, ladies are buying wigs for as much as 300,000, 400,000. That should come from lifestyle account, not from the savings element, not from the need account, from the lifestyle account.
Okay.
When you hear people talk about road trips,
Yes.
such money should come from lifestyle account.
Lifestyle account.
When you hear people talk about expensive birthday parties,
Lifestyle
that money
account.
should come from lifestyle. When you hear people going for cruises, that should come from lifestyle account. When you hear people going out to eat expensive meals with friends and colleagues all over the place out there, that should come from lifestyle. The 50% should take care of your needs. And let me tell you what, that is now the defining part of your journey. If you're in an environment you are spending more than 50% of your income on needs, you are living above means. You need to do a lifestyle audit. If you're spending more than 50% of your income on needs, you need to do a lifestyle audit. The reason why you see so many people are financially unwell can be explained by that. Living above means.
And most of us are living
That
above
80% of your income is going to needs. It means you are living way above. You should ensure that you are living within means. Below 50% as a max.
Right.
Now, let me come to the first portion of 25%, and which, as I said, should go to savings and investment. That portion is going to be divided into three aspects. The first 20% of the 25 will take care of the emergency funding. And when we talk about emergency, we're talking about money that you can access easily, regardless of the season, regardless of the time. You can access it in the night, you can access on a holiday, you can access on a Sunday, you can access that money easily. So that money is in an account that is accessible, and it needs to be safe. You don't need to put that money in an account whose value fluctuates over time. That today you have $1 million, today it's 900,000. That today you have $1 million, the next day you are told that the markets have come down, now the value has also been eroded. No. You need to put your money in an environment that is very stable. That's why people talk about money markets. When you're building an emergency fund, work with a threshold of 3 to 6 times of your monthly financial requirements.
Right.
That cushions you. That you've saved enough that can sustain your current lifestyle for a minimum of 3 months, but maximum of 6 months. That is when you know that you're financially stable in terms of emergency funding.
Okay.
The next element is now 50% of the 25 will go into your medium-term investments. Because you see, not every goal is short-term. Not every goal needs that you access the money in the next 3 months. For example, Diana, you are 30 years. You want to buy a house one day.
As soon as possible, not until one day.
I love that.
Okay.
Yes.
See, now, let's say Diana earns X amount of money. But the house you want to buy is 40 times of X. You are earning X amount of money. But the house you want to buy is 40 of X.
Yes.
It means one salary can never buy that house.
It can't.
2 salaries won't buy.
No.
3 salaries won't buy. The only way you can, and again, you cannot save all your salary. Some of it has to go into the basic living expenses.
Mortgage,
Maybe-
perhaps?
You see, you're buying the house, so the
Yes.
mortgage is not the question.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
So if you're earning X, maybe already 50% of X is going to expenses. So you're now left with 50% of what you earned. And as I said, you can't live like an animal. You also need to enjoy a bit. You also need tithe, lifestyle I talked about. So as I said, it's only a small portion of that income that you're making that will add up in an investment account. As I said, 25%, most likely you might end up saving 50% of it to go into long-term investment. You want to buy a house one day. So how do you build a fund that can buy or build a house one day? It is by long-term investment.
Investments.
And people don't want to get into a long-term investment. People want to put their money in an account where they'll be looking at the bank balance every day.
Guilty.
Yours is even better. Some of us just put the money there, reflex, and immediately withdraw.
Kenyans want to go into investment plan that you're given a card that you just swipe. You see now that facilitates more of lifestyle than long-term investment. When you're going to meet your friends and you're carrying an ATM card or a debit card, and that is the money that was meant to buy a house or build a house for you one day, you are completely misaligned. You need to lock the money in an environment you can't access no matter what. That's the pain people don't want.
Yeah,
The Kenyans don't want the pain. They want that money should be accessible.
Yes.
Me, I want money in an account where I can access it any day.
Anytime.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
because of that aspect of accessing it, the discipline lapses.
Yes.
So the long-term goal that you had, or the goal that you wanted to accomplish in the next 5 years, might never be accomplished.
Becomes a
Because
longer.
every time you have a million shillings, you're all over the place enjoying it. You see? So to buy the house or to build one, lock your money in an environment you're not going to be able to access that money at all. The only option is one. To save until the 5th year, or the 6th year, or the 7th year, or the 10th year. That's the only option. Don't have any other option.
I like that you're talking about long-term wealth creation.
Yes.
What role does insurance play?
Now, you see, as you go about your day-to-day investment, you realize that there are also risks.
Yes.
And I will talk about 3 risks, for example.
Please.
Do you know there are people who are so busy now preparing for their weekend because they've got big parties coming up? Maybe there's a wedding coming up. Maybe there's a Odhoni coming up. Many functions coming up over the weekend, which is a few days from now. And some of those guys will be in mortuary by that day. They'll not be alive.
Okay.
Some people will not be alive on Saturday.
True.
They are alive today. They are okay, in perfect health, no complaints at all. They have no issues. Financially, they are okay. But on Saturday, they'll be dead. It can be me. It can be anyone. You are here busy planning, but you don't know where you're going to be on Saturday. It's only God who knows. That's one risk. If you died before, what happens to your children or people who are depending on you? What happens to your elderly father who is already diabetic and medically depending on you? What happens to your mom who has arthritis and also blood pressure and also financially depending on you? What happens to your children? You've got a 2-year-old child, you've got a 5-year-old child, you got one that just went to kindergarten the other day, you got one that has just joined primary school. What will happen to such people that are depending on you? Death is one of the risks. The other risk is disability. There are people who were okay until yesterday, but as we're driving home from their various business or non-business engagements, they got involved in accidents. Some of them have become disabled and they'll be disabled for life. They'll not walk again, they'll not talk again, they'll not work again. But what happens to their financial obligations? That risk is critical illness. Today we are all here and okay.
Yes.
But do you know, most of us are carrying terminal illnesses without knowledge. It's when you go for medical checkup and the doctors do a test, this test or the other one, that you see them getting a bit shocked. That you are still walking and it should actually be nice.
You should be dead.
Or should be dead.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
A lot of their people are having those terminal illnesses. It is because of these unforeseen risks that insurance comes in. Your agenda was to build a fund to buy a house for you or to build a house for you. But what happens if you get to this roadblock that has been caused by a risk of disability? Do you want now to stop working towards building or buying the house? now start focusing on the illness.
On the health.
That's where the insurance comes in to give you cushion. That in the event of a disruption caused by risk, death, disability, or critical illness, the ultimate financial agenda will still be accomplished because the insurance will come in and cushion that member.
Yes.
So if it's the goal that was meant for the family, the cushioning now will take care of those that you've left behind.
Yes.
If you got involved in an accident and you left disabled, the cushion now comes and takes care of you, that you don't have now to start depending on the money that was meant for the construction.
Yes.
The insurance company gives you some extra cash,
yes,
which will sustain you. In the meantime, what you had saved for the house will continue with that agenda.
The project will go on.
Yes, but even for a lot of people, because of not having insurance, when a small risk comes up, you immediately stop the original project.
Yes.
Now focus on medication, treatment, hospital bills, all those things with the money that was made for the construction. That's where the insurance space comes in, to give you the cushion.
Okay.
Because of the unforeseen. There are people who will get sick, who pay the bills. At times people get sick, they don't have the money. You go to hospital, no one wants to hear your story. They're telling you, if it's cash,
If
go
you
that
don't
side.
have cash,
If it's card, go this other side.
Yeah.
No one will ask you whether you have a title.
No.
No one will ask you whether you are an MD. So that is where the insurance element comes in, to give you cushion in case of such, unforeseen emergencies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.